What is up, Stokers? Today on this episode, we got the amazing, hilarious Steph Tolev. You might have seen her on Netflix. You might have seen her on all over social media. She's hilarious. We had an excellent time. I know you guys are going to dig it, but first, we are on tour. Next week, we're going to be in Fort Wayne, Indiana. What up, Indiana? Fort Wayne, if you're in the area, if you're in Indiana, come out to the show. We got 3 shows, Friday and Saturday, and it's going to be epic. So much fun. We do stand-up, a Q&A session, lots of fun, lots of bonding. Do not miss these shows. If you're in the area, get your tickets at chadandjt.com. We're also brought to you by our legendary sponsor, the Farmer's Dog. What up, Farmer's Dog, guys? I love Farmer's Dog so much. I'm actually looking at my dog right now because she loves Farmer's Dog, and she's like, did you just say Farmer's Dog? And I'm like, yeah. You heard Farmer's Dog, right? And you love it, right, puppy? That's an affirmative. Guys, it's recommended by vets, nutritionally balanced, made from human-grade ingredients, in safe, clean kitchens. This is fresh, healthy dog food. Listeners get 50% off your first box by going to thefarmersdog.com/go-deep. Go to thefarmersdog.com/go-deep for 50% off your first box. That's thefarmersdog.com/go-deep for 50% off your first box. All right, let's start the show. What's with deep? Going deep. Chad and JT. What's up, guys? We're talking about our dogs. Both have golden retrievers.
Yes, English cream golden retrievers.
English cream, the only one to get.
But yours is a miniature, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So how big is she going to get?
I thought she was going to get a lot bigger, like 60 pounds. I think she's going to be around like 35, 40.
Oh, tiny. It's like a little puppy.
Yeah,
forever.
she's like 34 right now. She's the cutest thing ever.
She really is. I live vicariously through her stories just watching, because I remember Susan being a puppy and now.
How old's Susan now?
Almost 4.
Oh, fun.
Mm-hmm. She's a big fat slob. She had a sty in her eye yesterday. I thought it was maybe a herpes. I thought it was something bad, and I rushed to the hospital. I was pointing. Yeah, Chad. I rushed her to the. Have you gone like crazy over the vet stuff yet? She has one little thing. I rushed her to the vet like it's a sty. I'm like, I didn't know dogs got sties.
She got UTI early on. I was freaking out.
Does she have a big pussy? My dog does.
Yeah, she has big lips.
Yes. No, this is a very common thing with English creams. Susan has a hood labia.
Yeah.
Is that the same thing?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I think it's an overbred situation. And she kept getting UTIs. And was she crying? They do go, well, is it a little pee?
She wasn't crying. She was just peeing everywhere. Yeah. But like, that's what the vet said. She's like, your dog has beef curtains.
Yeah. She said beef curtains?
Yeah.
I heard hooded labia.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what? And then she's like, she's got a big vagina. And then I started laughing. And she's like, why are you laughing? I'm like, this is my joke already. I'm a comedian, and I say I have a big pussy, so it's a hilarious little side by side.
Of your 2 dogs, who do you guys think, which one has the fatter pussy?
Let's do a photo of it.
You know what? I might.
I have photos of my dog lying on her back all the time.
Because I was friggin'.
I've never done this before.
Yeah,
you know what?
Sentence,
do you know
brother.
Greg Santos?
Yeah, good guy.
His dog Bowie, biggest pussy I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
You can see it from the back when it's walking.
Wow.
It's
like a Mos Def lyric. Ass so fat you can see it from the front.
All right.
Yes, it is.
Let's see if I have it.
Let's see. Oh no,
Nice
this is
little
hiding.
Lowe's
You got a
clock.
nice one. This is sick.
We should text these to our editor, Jake, too, to make sure we can... and let's get the
Make
dogs
sure, Jake,
permission before we throw them up.
Get the real big lips. Oh, I know I have one of her on her back somewhere. I mean, it's got to be. That's crazy.
I don't know
that
if I can
dogs...
look. I don't know if I can look Susan in the eye after this.
Yes, you can. You can always look Susan
This
in the
is nice
eye.
you guys are scrolling forward to. It'd be weird if it was the first one that popped.
Yeah, you know what?
It's one of my first hearted ones.
Yeah. From this morning.
Is it
my favorite album?
Oh God, there's a lot of other trash I need to get off this phone.
No,
Yeah, let's see that English cream.
Yeah, it's mostly Mike Hands right now. And
That was
some
disgusting.
horrendous dick
I'm
pics.
sorry, guys.
Look
Oh,
at
no.
look at this beef.
Oh yeah, the bottom lip. Yeah, no. Okay, yeah. Let me get
Where
mine.
is it?
Oh, here we go. Here's hers.
That's
No.
a pussy?
Yeah.
That
Is
looks
it your
like
first
a-
time seeing it?
It looks like
No, but hers, but you can't.
No,
okay,
yours is
hers
way
looks
bigger.
dark.
Whoa, that is hooded.
That is like
It is
that's like a
hooded, but
human pussy.
It is.
I mean, I don't
It's
know.
not.
I've never
It's
seen one, but
have you ever seen a human pussy?
No.
No, yours, because that's a young prepubescent one. Crystal
Yeah.
Lee would be rock hard if he saw that right now.
does that guy have a problem or something?
No, he's a really good guy. I think I mention him on every podcast I do. I'm waiting for the trolls to come after me.
You know what's weird is I posted a story of that because I was like, what's going on? Because she was peeing everywhere.
Yeah.
And he responded. He's like, nice.
No, he didn't.
Yeah. And like a shaka.
Are you joking?
No?
I honestly believe you. That would be so funny.
Yeah. He's like, bro, that's sick.
Bro, where'd you get that? Can I have her DM?
Yeah.
What's her handle?
Yeah, I'll create one for you. You can DM. It's just me. I'm like, what's up, Chris? He's like,
From your dog's account?
Yeah, send me a pic. And I'm like, Lola
we should do that. Has anyone ever tried to do that to him yet?
Ooh, what?
We could pose as somebody else.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sure they've tried to hit him from every angle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's trying to hit them from
multiple angles as well. Yeah.
The lower ones, the younger angles. Enough about him.
In your experience, do you think comedians are hornier than your average Joe?
No, I just think we talk about it more.
Right.
Because we're disgusting pigs.
What line of work is the horniest? I've been seeing TikToks that say cops and firemen are the horniest.
I've been trying to fuck a fireman for years now. It hasn't happened.
Have you lit anything on fire trying to speed that up?
No, should I try to do that then?
Yeah, I'd torch your house and just see who comes over.
The dog's in the house.
That'd be hot. Yeah, they'd come over, you're like, the whole thing's on fire, but we got a minute.
I try to go by the firefighting place. What's it called? The fire hall. The one in Silver Lake, the Echo Park one. Sometimes they hang out there and I try to like walk by and...
Are those like hipster firefighters?
Yeah, and they never...
They're a little spindlier and they have like interesting facial
mustaches.
hair.
I like the big mustache on a man.
That is handsome.
Buy their table around.
Yeah.
If they're looking over, just like...
Can I get you a round of kombucha so while you're sitting on the stoop here?
No, you sit at the bar and you tell the waitress, whatever.
What bar? They're sitting outside the stoop. Like,
I thought this was a bar.
No, at a bar, I'd go right up there and suckle their asses. I'd go right in there.
Okay, I thought the bar was called Fire Hall.
No. It's like the actual fire station.
No, you maybe bring a cooler of beers.
Hey.
Yeah, and then Ori talked to him about their Dalmatians.
Yeah.
Get into a little doggy talk.
It's right by my vet, too. He just told me he hates dogs. I'm very upset by it. And
you hate dogs?
Yeah, but he has a girlfriend.
Yeah, I don't like dogs that much.
You don't?
I don't hate them. I think they have too much station in, especially the culture here, but the culture at large. And not to get on my high horse here, but like everyone's like, you guys will like this. People are like, oh, you got a breeded dog when there's all these rescues that are going to be put down. I'm like, these people, they dedicate so much energy to protecting dogs. Mm-hmm. There's humans suffering out there. Yeah, humans suffering.
Here's the thing. Humans suck.
That's the thing. People think humans suck. Dogs aren't that much better. Dogs are savages.
That's actually a good point. I've become more kind of. I used to love.
Yeah, because now you're in the.
But now they threaten Lola.
Oh, no.
And I'll be like, that's a piece of shit. That's a piece. But most of them are sweet. I think it's the owner though.
I think it's mostly the owner.
Yeah.
Is it mostly the owner?
You've never grown up with a dog?
I did. I grew up with multiple dogs.
And you still hate dogs?
I love those guys.
This is bizarre behavior.
Well, look, I take the dog by dog. I don't just across the board love all dogs. I come in with a little bit of defense because I know they already have too much support.
And so you do this with people too?
But I can be one over. Yeah, I'm like that with people. Okay. Yeah, I kind of feel the same about people too. Okay. It might be cheap cynicism. At my core, I love everything. But yeah, I think dogs are just, I worked at an office and dogs would rip it up. They'd be shredding the phones and knocking shit over and shitting where they shouldn't. And then the owner would always come like, Billy Boy never acts like that. I'm like, he does that every day. And to the human thing, I'm like, how about I bring my drug addict cousin in here and he'll do all the same stuff, and how would you guys handle that?
Well, you should have done that. You should have proven your point.
I did. I brought him in. He stole the printer.
Do you take your dog to the dog park?
I do, but she's very timid and she gets kind of like sometimes preyed on because she's very...
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. I've been taking the dog park, but going off your point, it's like people will...
You didn't say you liked your point. Going off your point.
Yeah, but even that felt nice.
People have dogs. I remember this guy was there. This dog just attacks another dog, Mm-hmm. And the guy's like, "Hey, watch your dog." And the guy tried to fight the other guy. I'm like, "Dude, your dog is just attacking people."
Yeah, that.
He wasn't watching it.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's the owner. That's the owner.
I think that's the owner's a trained.
But the dog did attack another dog.
To be fair, though, if you have a dog park, an enclosed space, and you're like, "Go socialize," is that the most natural thing?
I think it's what we do every night. We go into a comedy club and we're like, get in there, talk to people, make them laugh. And we're like, who do we want to talk? Do you ever go to like a comedy party? And you're like, I don't know anybody in here, and you try to like mingle. That's the dog park.
Right.
You're trying to lock eyes with somebody. They're looking at everybody else. You're like, what am I doing here?
It's important to socialize.
A couple drinks. They're sniffing some butts. Their sniffing butts are our drinks.
Yeah.
Right, that's their lubricant.
Yeah. So they're sniffing up.
That's what gets
we're
them.
sniffing up.
What do you think makes a good smelly butt on a dog? And also, if Ukraine wins this war against Russia, do they have to give us our guns back?
I'm going to answer the first one, the first part of the question.
Yeah.
I sometimes think size. Susan has a very large anus.
And vagina.
And vagina, like mother, like daughter. And she likes...
A lot of GMOs in her diet?
Yeah. She lots of dogs like that butt. She gets right in there.
Really?
Yeah. She has a real big asshole.
Nice.
She likes it. She kind of likes getting sniffed.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
Have you had your butt sniffed?
No.
I've been showing my girlfriend my butt more.
Yeah, don't you guys show your butts all the time?
I have a rule, though. If a girl licks your butt, you got to take her to a musical.
That's the payment?
That's chivalry.
What about a concert? What if they don't like musicals?
Don't all women like musicals?
No, I'd rather go see a band than Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
No, it's a musical. We're going to a musical. I love musicals. They're both, they're
this is for you.
both for me.
Yeah, this is for you.
They're both for me. The butt licking and Mamma Mia.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I think eating ass and then seeing Hamilton, that's one of the great American pastimes.
That is
What a
it,
double
yeah.
day. Yeah, that's
Big
all
day.
time.
What if you take during intermission, you eat the ass?
Wow.
I mean, now we're talking. Now
Yeah.
we're really in the balcony seating. What about during?
I don't want to have to get her. I don't want her to have to get on her knees during when she's in a dress. So I'll get on a stepping ladder so she can stay on her feet.
Pull down and open up. That's a gentleman.
Yeah.
That's nice. We
I'd
like a gentleman.
I'd take that extra step.
Yeah.
You know, I would say during that, Mamma Mia.
Yeah. Here I go again.
And then you're like, can you keep it down? You're at the wrong
I
musical.
cannot forget
It's a Jersey Mike's.
eating butt.
They're very upset with you. Please sing the right theme song. I had my butt eaten recently. That's why it's on my mind.
Congratulations. How'd it go?
Yeah, it was
Nice.
good. He really liked it.
That's awesome.
I think he liked butts, and not mine personally, but in general.
Yeah.
Well, we
Big
don't
into
know.
butts. No.
So
I don't have a-
whose idea was the butt munch?
Oh, his.
Right.
Yeah, he brought it up before we even went back to his hotel
Really?
room.
So he's at
Yeah, he was really into the butt.
dinner. So you guys are at dinner or something?
No, I met him at a bar, and I kind of, I met him at a bar.
So you guys are having some old fashions, and he's just like, by the way.
He was a stranger that I met at a bar in Miami.
But I guess.
Oh, Miami, that
It's really,
explains it.
that
Miami, that's
checks
where it
out.
happens.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
checks out. Yeah.
How did he deliver it?
Well, okay, it was very interesting because I was staying at somebody's place, and he was staying at a hotel with his best friend, and he said, "You have two options.
Well, that's hot.
One, you come back to my house, you come to my hotel room, and you fuck me and my friend, or two, I go back to where you're staying and I eat your ass and suck your toes." And I was like, those are my only two options. There was only two options, and then I chose the not toe sucking one because I've never had my toe sucked before. I
Right.
panicked. And the butt stuff. You never know in your butts. It was a clean butt, but I'm like, how clean is a butt? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I chose the other option.
Oh, you did?
I chose the threesome option, and then and his one friend wasn't really into it, and then he just sat on the floor. It was a whole thing.
He sat on the
And
floor?
then-
Oh,
yeah,
so
he
you
sat on
got the
floor.
best of both.
I got the then he did in fact eat the butt and suck the toes.
Had you seen what the friend looked like?
Yes, he showed me a photo, and he sent a photo to him from me.
Okay.
So we started fooling around, and then
The friend just kind of
Yeah, he just kinda
he didn't
left,
have the
and I didn't-
horsepower. That's
I
an
didn't want-
underestimated
yeah.
thing about the threesome. It takes a lot of like soul energy.
I'll tell you what, threesome, it's an odd man out. There needs to be four.
Right.
I think three is not enough, and I think I'll tell you what, there's too much going on.
Yeah.
It's already when you're already fooling around with somebody the first time. There's no rhythm. You're up here, you're down there. Everything's off, and then there's two more hands.
Yeah.
Too many hands.
I had a
Yeah.
priest in high school who said the problem with porn is not that it shows too much; it's that it shows too little.
A priest said that to you in high school.
Father Vincent.
Father Vincent, good guy. Shout out to Father
He
Vincent.
had a beehive.
Is this like a hairstyle or is it an actual beehive?
No, he had a beehive connected to his classroom.
Oh, wow.
Huh.
All right, so back to the butt eating.
I think this is more interesting.
Just trying to throw in some color there.
This priest with the beehive and the wait. Do you guys not eat butts or suck toes?
Oh, I eat butts.
I'll do whatever's on the menu.
Whatever's on the menu.
Yeah.
Extensive menu, or is it like a?
I
Fancier,
don't mind
couple
going. I don't
appies.
mind going to a place that's like they do what they do and they do it how they like it, and it's just like 5 or 6 items, but you know it's going to be good.
Okay.
But I also don't mind going to a cheesecake factory where you could flick through that thing all day and never get exhausted.
Okay, good. That's
I'm a big butt guy.
big butt guy.
Yeah, this guy, he talks about it a lot.
Like,
More butt than anything else. Right for the butt,
You like it.
Mr. Butt.
Yeah, I'm the ass man.
You're the ass man.
Cosmo
you're
Kramer.
You're the original ass man.
That's what was inspired. I was 5.
Yeah.
I tried sucking toes in high school, and it was just
Early.
salty.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, third eye blind. Let me taste the salt of your skin.
Was that about toes?
Yeah.
I've never heard anyone in person quote a Third Eye Blind song.
Stephen Merchant. I think he was valedictorian at Berkeley. I'm going to keep throwing in facts.
You know a lot of interesting facts over here.
What? So,
Right.
Okay, so your facts
But
are all
that guy's pretty smart too. I don't know what they call valedictorians across the pond, but he probably got some, notice.
what? Have you ever gotten a?
Yeah, that's
Stephen
what it
Jenkins.
is. Same diff.
Have you ever gotten a butt proposition? Is that multiple times in your life?
No,
Yeah,
that
because
was
it sounded
the
like you
first.
took it in stride.
I took it in stride because it's whatever. No, I've never gotten other butt propositions. I think you need to.
The first
I
one's
like
special.
knowing though. I like knowing when there's going to be butt stuff happening, so you can really get prepared.
Yeah.
You gotta get
I
in
think
there.
women are more big on hygiene prep too before sex. Like guys, like we don't care. You could come home from swamp diving and we'd be like, let's get in there.
Yeah.
But women
Yeah,
are like, let me take a
that's-
shower.
yeah.
I also have a very large nose. I think I smell things more, so that affects. I think when I am fooling around with somebody, I have to really. I went to a guy's house actually yesterday, and his room and his bathroom are very clean. And I'm like, oh, let's see the rest of your apartment. He's like, no. He's like, no, my brother's a slob. And I was like, no, I must see the rest of the apartment now. Whew.
Rough.
It was rough. It was like a Taco Bell bag ripped open from the side. I'm like, don't they come open at the top? Like a raccoon, like bizarre. Change all over, soiled.
Wow.
Flies. Lot of
Flies?
So many flies.
That's depressing.
Was that kind of erotic?
No, it really, I was like
Like a
oh
dead
my
carcass
God.
in the corner.
Like if it was reversed, if that was his bedroom, I think I would have left. I think I
Right.
walked in and been like, I can't go through this. Because then he showed me his brother's bedroom and it was horrendous. Like cat litter, like litter all over the ground.
Yeah.
No bed sheets, no fucking nothing. Like everything, a stained mattress.
Did you see the brother?
No. But he's like, my brother looks a lot like me. And I was like, that'd be a hot threesome.
Have you noticed any large scale changes in men's sexual approach since we kind of had our awakening? to
Your
our
awakening?
treatment of
I think it's
women?
gotten, okay, let me ask two men this question.
Sure.
I've gone on 2 first dates with guys. The first one, 3.5 hours, ended in him giving me a long hug. Then he stood in front of me and I was like, you gonna kiss me or what? And he's like, no, I have a friend vibe happening here. I was like, get the fuck out of my face. And then
Wow.
Sunday night, I went on another date with a guy who I have been on, like texting, and I've known him now for 5 months. Go for a nice dinner. He pays for dinner, walks in my car. Another awkward hug, no kiss. Now, I'm taking this as they're not interested in me at all. Because that's, I guess what I'm asking is, do you normally kiss women you like on the first date?
Well, the first guy saying he's getting the friend vibe, I'd say that's dead in the water.
Yeah. That's done. Oh no, I blocked him and I deleted the app. But yeah, no, that was done.
Nice.
No.
You didn't take it
I'm
personal.
not an idiot. I'm like that one. But then the second one, I was like, I commented. I was like, okay, do you not? And he's like, I don't know. I don't go on a lot of dates. I'm not sure what the etiquette is. I'm like, the etiquette in my head is you kiss the person if you want to kiss them, and if you don't want to kiss them, then I think it's friend vibe.
I think it goes both ways. I think I would go for the kiss on first dates.
Nice.
But also, I think a lot of guys are scared now, and they've become timid. And I think it's could be like the cultural kind of things that they're scared of being like too forward and like being perceived as aggressive. And then also, I think men are like kind of generally becoming less manly.
Yes. What do you think on this?
One, I want to say I regret calling it an awakening. I think I could have found a better word. Two, I think,
It's also a Third Eye Blind song,
yeah.
The Awakening.
Man, Steve Merchant. Nobody riffs like that guy. I think either the guy's not into it or he's scared. Either way, I think that's going to be too much work for you.
Yes.
So I would cut ties with both of them. I am not scared to kiss on a first date, but I learned that it's actually, if you do like the person, it's better to wait to the second date, because sometimes when you get all that energy out on the first date, there's not much left for the follow-up.
Okay. These are both two.
And I want to say I am afraid of women, but I'm not afraid to try to kiss them on a date if I get that vibe.
I feel like there was a vibe. I don't know. Maybe, but then I come, and then me going, "You're not gonna kiss me," is obviously severely awkward, and that's ruining the moment.
I don't mind that. You're calling him out.
Well, I did, and he didn't like that. Speaking of to your awakening of the day, this I think is hilarious. The man with the dirty house that I had sex with, who I've fooled around with before. I have sex with him because I was mad at the guy that didn't kiss me. Yeah, look, there was a lot going on. Anyways, we were fooling around. I could tell he wanted to get kind of like more dirty, and then he was like, I feel like you guys don't talk about sexual stuff a lot, so you guys are looking at me very scared. But he was about to come, and he's like,
on my heels.
He's like, get on your knees, and I was like, oh, get on my knees, and he's like, if that's okay with you, and I was like, yes, it's okay. I wouldn't have like, it was like, it was hot, and then he immediately like panicked that I was gonna like me too him or something. So he was just like, if that's okay, you don't have to, you don't want to. I was like, no, I want to. I was not gonna not do it. But I was like,
no, I think that's right. I'll do stuff like that. I'll get aggressive, and then I'll be like, and then I'll check in and be like, is that cool?
I think it is nice, but I think also it kind of ruined it, and then I kind of laughed.
Right.
So I was laughing as he was like,
no, but wasn't the laughter like fun for the two of you?
well, no, because he's about to jizz. I don't guess. Do you like laughing right when you're about to jizz?
No, but I don't mind having mix it up. One time I was dirty talking with someone on the phone, and I was pretending to slap their butt, and I was doing like Foley effects on my stomach, and then we both just started laughing.
Well, that's because that's bizarre.
Well, I think I was a full effort player trying to make it real, and then it just, you miss sometimes. You miss.
Well, that's a full. You're really getting into it.
And I think you need to have a little bit of compassion for this guy who's out on the ledge, taking big chances sexually, not knowing how it's going to land. And that's a very vulnerable place for him to be. So if he stumbles a little bit out there when he's the man on wire, help it stabilize, and he'll show you a beautiful dance.
I did. And I thought it was very cute after. Like, I left, and I was like still smiling in my car about it.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't mad at him, but I just think like, and also I've like fooled around with him before, so it wasn't the first time. So I was
right. You guys already had some rapport.
Yeah, we already had some rapport, so it wasn't like a stranger saying that. So I would have done it anyways, but it was just the way he immediately got like so panicked, and it was cute.
He sounds adorable. I like this guy.
He's fine. He's too young. 27, not that young, but.
Do you notice the difference between the younger fellas and the older fellas?
Yes, I do.
What can you break it down?
I think I can just have a better conversation with the older fellas.
Sure.
It's more of an adult thing. There's more. 27, it's just a bit.
Do you like how spry they are, though, the younger guys?
Some of the older guys are spry.
Yeah.
I've been with some older guys that are up there.
Yeah.
60, up there.
Really?
One 60-year-old gets
How is a 60-year-old?
I mean, can't kiss. That was a problem.
Really?
At
60?
That's the biggest problem. This is also why I wanted to kiss this guy on this first date, because I think kissing's a big thing in a relationship, and if you kiss somebody and it's not like, you don't immediately get that like, then I'm like, what's the point?
Yeah.
You can't teach someone to kiss. And I'm not saying maybe I'm a bad kisser, but when you have that with somebody, 60-year-old was like 2 eels.
But you don't see a lot of old people kissing. And when I do see old people kissing in movies, even like former notorious cocksmen, they look weird kissing. Like, the only old guy I've seen kiss in a way where I was like, that looks right, was Al Pacino in Heat. But if you watch Jack Nicholson kiss in his later movies, Mark Wahlberg and Mark Wahlberg stopped kissing on camera. Tommy Cruise and later stuff, they look real.
Why did he stop kissing?
I just think you kind of lose those muscles. Those are some of the first muscles to atrophy as you age.
Are they?
Yeah, your kissing muscles and motor function just straight down the tube. A lot of guys are taking shots for it now.
Is this real?
I'm being playful, but I do believe what I'm saying. I do believe what I'm saying.
Because I was like, because that would make the 60-year-old more. That makes sense.
Yeah.
How can you not kiss? I was like, there's no way you can't not kiss.
What was the all tongue, no lips?
All lips, no tongue.
That's what happens. That's what happens to old guys.
Like, just like fish lips.
Do you lose function of the tongue?
Maybe.
Does he get older?
He seems to
Watch
know
Steve
about
Martin, and it's complicated. It's all lips.
Yeah.
I've been noticing this shit.
You are really paying attention to men kissing.
I care
Interesting.
about everything.
Wow.
Dogs too.
Yeah. So have you seen dogs kiss? What's your opinion on that?
That's interesting. I mean, I've seen the dog I love, Gigi, when she kisses me. Yeah, she's cute. She's an adorable little one. Yeah.
They're good at it.
They are good at it.
Do you kiss Lola on the lips?
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Non-stop.
Bro, way to step into that, dude.
Non-stop.
No, I'm gonna stop you there. I don't do lip kisses.
You don't.
I do top of head, lot of top of head.
Yeah.
A lot of the top.
Nuzzling in the top of her
of the top.
little tiny egg head and the top of the nose.
Yeah.
And the side. I never lip on lip. She eats her pussy, her big fat pussy all the time.
I lick her face.
You lick her face.
No, I'm kidding.
I don't know what to believe with you two.
But with
I really
Ukraine, do you think we're going to get those guns back?
I didn't even know something was happening with Ukraine, so I feel stupid not knowing this.
Yeah, are you hip to like the
News?
geopolitics stuff?
No, I'm not. Do I look like I am?
Yeah.
Well, god damn it, I gotta change my haircut then. I thought I gave off the vibe that I'm a stupid idiot, and that's what I go with. I'm dumb. I don't know a lot about stuff. I try, like, if I read too much with the news, I get very depressed. Which I probably should, but I don't like it.
So what do you take in to feel good?
A lot of Law and Order SVU. That's my main.
Best.
I was watching that before I came here today.
Nice.
And then I pet my dog. Dogs. That's where I get my fucking jizz.
It's the best.
It is.
Life jizz.
My life jizz is from my dog.
You squeeze them.
Squeeze them, snuggle them.
Snuggle. No,
Whenever I'm upset, and they know when you're upset.
Yeah.
They can really read it.
Sometimes I'll be laying on the couch and then she'll come lay on my head. It's the best thing ever.
Lay on your head.
Yeah.
You don't know what we're talking about.
I have a dog now.
You have a dog now.
I co-parent a dog now.
You live together with the dog? Mm-hmm. You do, and you walk the dog?
I feed the dog. You don't have to walk it too much because it's like 10 pounds. But
okay.
But we snuggle a good chunk of the day.
You snuggle with the dog?
Yeah.
Do you have any photos of the dog on your phone?
I think I do.
I don't know what the dog looks like.
You never seen Gigi before?
You guys don't know each other's dogs?
No. She knows.
What?
He knows my
like,
dog.
I know. You guys are
Yeah.
fake friends? Is this a fake friendship?
He knows my dog.
This is an internet
Oh, look,
thing?
this is me giving her a bath.
Okay,
that's
see, you do
sweet.
like dogs. See, aw.
That's sweet.
Aw, that is cute. Okay,
She's
see?
in the sink.
Oh my gosh, she's just so tiny in the sink.
Yeah, she's so
Oh,
cute.
you
Oh my
like the
god, she's in the
sink?
sink.
Oh, yeah, she's an adorable
Look at
one.
you giving a little
You
shit
got to give her
food.
the antimicrobial.
You like
gotta
dogs.
give her
See,
the
look at this. You're acting
antimicrobial.
like a Mr. Tough guy. You're there.
Yeah, I was
you're
trying
giving
to
a
be
full head
tough.
massage.
But I don't like other dogs still.
Okay,
Other
no.
dogs still no.
Here's the thing. I love my dog so much. I don't know if I would love my own kids more than the dog. I'd be like, can't you be
way.
more like the dog?
Yeah, well, the dog doesn't make mistakes like
It
the
wipes
way
its own
humans
ass.
do. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you chosen your dog over hanging out with friends yet?
Oh yeah. Well, I'm kind of, kind of a hermit, anyways.
Okay.
Outside work, yeah.
Because Susan has become my, I gotta let the dog out. She's fine for hours on end, but I'll be
Yeah.
like, if I'm ever anywhere and you see me go, I gotta let the dog out, it's
Yeah.
a big fucking lie and I just want to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, I gotta go.
When she was a puppy too, I was like, if I can't bring her to a show, I wouldn't go. I'm like, sorry.
Do you go out much?
No, I don't. I
She
think I
just
don't
got
do
her
it anymore.
butt eaten in Miami.
Oh right.
Yeah, but I was on the road. I go out on the road. When I'm
After shows.
Yeah, when I'm in town, I do my shows and I come home and I wake up and I do my fucking shit every day. It's the same shit.
Yeah.
Somebody asked
What's
me
a
the other
typical day for you?
Yeah, somebody asked me the other day what I do for fun. I was like, I don't have fun. Typical
Yeah.
day, up, edit a video, take the dog out, work out, edit more videos, cut fucking clips, shows, home, same thing over.
The videos you're editing, that's stand up?
Yeah. So I have to go through my fucking clips, find only crowd work shit, cut that. I edit it all myself. I put all the subtitles on myself.
Yeah.
Post on all fucking forms of social media, do the whole fucking thing, book my podcast guests. It's a lot.
How do you feel about posting material? Do you ever post material?
I don't, because I'm trying to do an hour special right now.
Right.
And I don't want to waste that and then I don't know. I should probably, because I'll probably get better views. But sometimes, like, I'm sure with you guys, like, some clips randomly just go viral, so you don't know what's going to go viral anyways.
Yeah, it's interesting with the clips.
It's very interesting with the clips.
It's fun though. It's fun putting them out there. I was afraid to do it. I also thought it was like I didn't like a lot of them, so I was like, why would I want to do that? But then I was like, well, if they're yours, you might like them. We're kind of like the dog thing.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then, I only started doing it over the last month, and it's really been motivating. I'm like pushing harder now and trying to write more and have more stuff to put out there. My crowd work blows, so I was going to ask you, what's the key to that?
Just doing it.
Just doing
Fucking
it.
doing it. Like, I dedicate at least 20 minutes to every set on the road.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you split it up or you go 20?
Yeah,
in
I
a
try
chunk?
doing at least 15 off the top just because it's fresh. And then during the set, I have certain jokes now that go into crowd work stuff. Like I ask a question and then I can pull at least 3 or 4 people out of those. And then I can go into. So I have like 3 jokes I can do that. So I can add on 10 minutes with that. But yeah, I try to do. My goal on the road is to do half-hour crowd, half-hour jokes.
Who do you think's the best crowd worker right now?
Ian Bagg.
Oh, interesting. I don't think
Ian
I've
Bagg or
watched
Rick
it.
Ingram. I think are the two.
I remember watching Rick Ingram at the store.
Both Ian and Rick, I think, are like the hardest people to follow at the store because I like doing crowd work after them, and they're like, no, we've seen it.
The crowd's kind of like that. There's no meat on that bone anymore.
But there is because it's like everyone's gonna ask. Even if you ask the same question, you're still gonna get to the answer. Every comic has a different way of doing it. But I also started in improv, so I think that's why I'm used to like.
In Canada?
Yeah.
Which is like, would you contend the best improv place
No.
west of Istanbul?
Yeah, West Istanbul. Yeah, but I don't know. I think I'm from Toronto. I think Toronto has a very, very good comedy scene in general. A lot of alt comics come out of there. John Doerr, for example.
Hilarious. Hilarious.
What the and that so I saw your saw on Netflix on the Friends Who Kill, and that your clip. Like I watched it so many times. I thought it was so funny with the battle ropes.
Oh
and
yeah.
Like, what led to that? How'd you get on that?
That I think that was a riff at a show, and then I just put that in.
I mean,
that.
just like
this show in general.
Yeah. Did you
Bill.
you opened for Bill, right?
Yeah, this has all happened because of Bill.
Right.
So Bill literally saw a video of mine on Instagram during the pandemic where I was making fun of New Yorkers.
Yeah.
And then he like reposted it. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I had like 500 new followers the next morning. I'm like, the fuck is happening? It was on my birthday, remember? And I was like, okay, happy birthday to me. And then I saw that he was following me. I'm like, it's not him. It's Wilford. I'm like, this is not fucking Bill Burr.
Yeah.
And then I like waited the whole day and I'm like, I finally was like, fuck it. So I just DM'd him. I'm like, hey, thanks so much for sharing my clip. And he writes back, he's like, oh my God, you had me dying over here. Like he quoted it. I was like, the fuck? And then I hearted it. I was like, thank you. And I'm like, put your phone away. Don't go cuckoo and start DMing Bill Burr. Because I did the Ringers show with him on Comedy Central.
Oh,
he
right,
didn't
right.
pick me for that. I think the producer picked me for that. So he was like interviewing like 20 comics a day. It was like a really quick thing. And like I looked super different and whatever. So I'm like, I think he'd forgotten about that.
Yeah.
And then so after this DMing the next day, he messaged me later that night. He's like, hey, would you like to open for me on the road? I was like, I'm being fucking pranked. And he's like, give me your phone number. And I was like, and then I sent him my phone number. And then he immediately was like, hey, he's like, I'm busy right now working on a movie, but I'll get you some dates. And then 2.5 weeks after that, I was taking Susan on a hike up Griffith. And my manager's like, you sitting down? And I was like, do I have to? She's like, I think you should. So I went back into the car and I sat down. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? I thought she was firing me. I'm like, my manager's going to fire me. I'm dog shit. And then she's like, you're doing a special for Netflix on Bill Burr's like presents.
Wow.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, and then I found out after that Bill was kind of like, yeah, I want. Netflix was like, what? And Bill's like, I want to have to do it. And they're like, and Bill's like, no, she's doing it. And I was like, Bill's very in my corner. It's very nice.
That's awesome.
He just did my podcast here a couple weeks ago, and last week. And then he cast me in his movie.
Yeah.
He wrote me in his movie I play myself.
I think I saw. Is it one scene or I saw one scene?
Yes, I'm in the one scene. Yeah. You saw the scene? You saw it?
I saw it. Yeah.
What the heck? I didn't see it.
Well, Mike showed us. We were like in his office one day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was just like because it was like. Yeah, he just shows like that one thing. It's great.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that to come out. Yes.
Yeah.
And then I've opened for him a couple times and.
What's that like opening for Bill?
Insane.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. And then when I opened for him I did the Netflix thing. It was very fun. And then I like messaged him because he was doing Toronto, and Toronto's my hometown. And he was doing like this where the Leafs and the Raptors play. I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna ask him like, if you don't have an opener in Toronto, I'm gonna be there anyways, which I was gonna be there. I'm like, I would love to open for you. He's like, of course, let's do it. I was like, my hometown, my home thing. So it was like so much more a bigger deal for me. And then the next day, like after the first night was like crazy, and he like texted me the next morning and he's like, do you want to go to the Hockey Hall of Fame with me? And I was like, yes, Bill, I want to go to the Hockey Hall of Fame. I know nothing about hockey. I'm like, what the fuck do I care about hockey? I'm just walking around with my Iron Maiden t-shirt while he's like, this guy is good at hockey. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
He knew every fucking statistic. I was like, And then we got a picture with the Stanley Cup together.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. He was so nice. I took him to like I walked around this like area with it. It was really cool. He's so fucking cool. It's crazy.
He seems like a great guy.
Yeah, he's a really nice man.
That's awesome.
So that's how I got the Netflix thing, and that really fucking changed my career.
Yeah. That's so cool. Yeah, that your set. I think your set. We had the standout set in that For sure. Yeah.
I think I had the most insane set. I think
that was great.
I think I came out like a fucking psychopath. And they kept in a riff. They kept in a crowd riff from it.
No, it was great.
And then Bill quoted it. And I was like, that was it.
We were in Arizona. I was like, you got to watch
He watches your clips more than anybody's.
Yeah.
When we're
I think you're hilarious.
No, it's true.
That you're like, stop, please. She loves dogs.
No, I always crack up.
Yeah.
But yeah, the dog stuff I gotta skip. If there's any dog stuff, I move on.
I don't post much about my dog. We post on our stories about the dogs.
Yeah.
We're not posting like main stuff.
Right.
Susan and Lila have their own accounts.
Could you do an hour? Could you do an hour about dogs?
No.
Cool.
I don't think so. I give probably. I have at least 10 on her right now, but I try not to do it because I feel like it's getting old. She's old now. She's 4. I was doing it at the beginning, and now.
No, I'm not judging.
And then people judge though because we clearly purchased our animals.
Oh yeah.
People in this state in particular get very upset.
They don't like it.
And I get it. I'm gonna adopt my next dog. I tell everyone this, but
Do all those people adopt humans too?
I should say this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, half people
You
that get
want
mad
what you want.
don't adopt dogs either. They don't foster dogs either. So it's like, what the heck are we doing here?
Yeah.
Don't get mad at me when you have no animals.
Yeah.
If you're not a perfect person, stay out of my life.
And those dogs have to go somewhere.
Yes, they do.
Where are you just gonna leave them out to dry?
Because they're bred. What the heck? Also, a lot of Goldens, and this is how I look at this. Parents and Goldens are very hyper as puppies. So they're too crazy, and the parents, if they have young kids, they can't deal with it. So those dogs get sent right to the shelters.
Yeah.
And here we are. And now
true.
I'm saving Susan.
Yeah.
I saved Susan. You saved Lola.
Yeah, we did a thing for the for the city one time. We went to an animal shelter to like do a promotional video for it.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to see all the dogs there, birds there, cats there. They had a pretty wide spread of species. And I remember seeing a lot of the dogs and being like, now, I didn't think it then, but I'm thinking it now. I bet you a lot of those dogs are dead.
Oh, that's horrendous. Yeah, but that's,
I didn't know what I was going to say. I
Yeah,
just
I
started
was like,
talking.
yeah,
And
I
then,
was like, where is this going? I'm very sad now. No, I
Yeah.
want to adopt. I want to
but
adopt
that's
a pit bull
okay.
for Susan. She loves pit bulls.
that's okay.
What's your dog's favorite kind of dog? I'm
dog's
getting off
favorite
this. I
kind of
can't. It's too depressing.
She loves everyone.
Likes every dog.
Yeah.
Susan's like a full lesbian when it comes to pit bulls. She gets like
Really?
she licks their whole mouth.
Really?
Like she's perverse.
Lola jumps on every dog. Like, which is why I get nervous at the dog park because she's like right between the small and the large. So she'll go to the large one and then she'll just jump on pit bull, any dog, and then they just play with it. I think she's so sweet that I don't think they would attack her.
They don't have to wait.
Yeah, Goldens are the
They're
sweetest.
the sweetest.
They don't. That's one thing about Goldens. You know they're not going to
They're
attack.
not. I mean, I do have a bad golden story though.
Oh, you do?
Uh-huh. My parents' friends years ago. It was like 9, I think, and their baby was like 2. And it would always like feed the dog. So one day it was just like picking up the kibbles and like whatever, and the golden snapped and like ripped her face off, and she had to get like a graft from her ass.
Really?
Wow.
I know. So it's like when people say goldens, it's like maybe
Wait,
not
so
all
what was she
Goldens.
doing?
Like just in the dog's food, and I guess the dog was just like old and just like snapped one day.
Oh, really?
The baby would always do it, and then one day the dog was like, I've had enough.
Wow.
Did they end up getting rid of the
They
dog?
put the dog down.
So you're allowed to do that. If your dog acts up, it's the owner's choice if it lives or not.
I think so, but there's an acting up and there's a mauling a face off. Like it
Right.
wasn't like a bite and that's it. Like sometimes like I haven't been bit by dogs before. It's been one bite and I'm like, I'm not gonna sue the dog.
Would you ever put your dog down?
There is no way in hell I'd move to the woods.
Yeah.
I would, if my dog did something, I would be like, all right, you want to kill her? I'm going to the woods.
Like if the
leave me
state
alone."
came to your door and
I
was
would
like,
move back to Canada.
that's a great movie. You on the run with your dog, the state's chasing after you.
Homeward bound, Bulgarian fucking
SWAT
return.
comes into like the motel room. They're like, we just missed him. There's still some dander here. And then
Yeah.
you're
Me and Susan are crawling
El
through the fucking
Camino
top of
just
the motel.
bombing. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way. Now you know how attached you are to your dog. Would you
Oh, yeah.
not take a bullet for this dog?
I would die for Gigi. You know what it is too? It's like I thought Gigi ran away one day, and I thought it was my fault. I think I was a little stoned, and I noticed that like the gardener had left like the gate open, and then I was in the other room and I freaked out that I let the dog out and that the gate was still open, and she had earwax in her ears, so she couldn't hear me if I called for her. And I just spontaneously was like, the dog, and then I sprinted outside, and I was like, my girlfriend loves this dog so much. If I don't find the dog,
No, you're done.
I'm doing harikari in the living room,
Yeah.
and I'm just killing myself
Yeah,
because I'm not going
yeah.
to deal with the
No,
I
no.
can't deal with the fallout, bro.
Do you think she'd break up with you?
It'd almost be better if she did, because if we stayed together, I'd be living in
never-ending dog.
Yeah.
It would. I don't know if it'd be our Manchester by the Sea. I don't know if we could get past it. We'd be irrevocably changed in a sad way.
Where was Gigi?
Under the bed.
Oh, really?
Just being adorable.
That's
Just
cute.
being the cutest little thing in the world.
See, that's one thing with Goldens.
Yeah.
They don't really go anywhere.
Yeah.
My old.
She gets curious.
Susan would never go anywhere. She gets curious when she is up north or I'm like in the woods. She'll roam off, but she never goes out where I can't see her. And
she got outside the gate once. We can go have dogs after this, but she got out at the gate once.
The dog lovers are gonna love it.
And I ran out, but she thinks I want to play.
Oh, so
she gets outside, so she's like, "Oh, are we playing now?" I'm like, "Yeah, freak out."
Yeah.
Have you dated someone who didn't like your dog?
No, and I would not. I literally put it.
Could you tell if they were faking it?
Yes. So I literally, if I bring a guy home and it's like I can tell it's gonna be like a one night stand. If he comes in and doesn't immediately get on his knees and pet my dog, I will not suck this man's dick and I will not have sex with him.
Do you tell them? But you don't tell them that. That's kind of your test.
No,
right?
I didn't tell him that, but I'm like, it is such a fucking turn off. And because it's a golden retriever, if you come in and see a golden retriever like all excited to see you and you don't go, oh my God, and like pet the dog for a second, I'm like, something's wrong.
But like Tony Soprano, sociopaths, they love dogs. They love animals.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, my ex was a sociopath and he loved Susan.
Really?
I think, yeah.
Interesting.
I know. I didn't realize that. Which
I
is
thought they
scary.
didn't like dogs. Is that psychos?
So, some murder fucks start on animals and like practice what they're later going to do to humans. But I think a lot of sociopaths,
Like sociopath narcissists, I think they like dogs.
yeah, sociopath narcissists, that's what
That's
it
the
is.
combo,
They
yeah.
love dogs. Because I think the dogs love them. The dogs
Yeah,
look
that's
to
the
them
thing.
like
Yeah.
they're the god that they feel like they are.
Yeah.
Oh.
So really, guy comes in there, he's kind of just wait and see with the dog. I think he can trust him.
If a guy came in and was
he
just
might
like,
deserve
just didn't
the
even pet
beach.
at all, I'd be like, no. That's just turn off. Wouldn't it not be?
For me?
I don't, well, not for you because you fucking clearly have a weird thing.
I don't know. Yeah, if a gal came over and didn't like my pet, non-issue.
See, you?
I'd be weirded out. Especially with a golden?
That's the thing. And I clearly have dog mom in my fucking profile. I have a hat with me says I'm a dog mom, and there's like 3 photos of me with a dog. So
I mean,
I'm very obvious.
My brother and sister-in-law, they don't like dogs because my brother's allergic.
Okay.
And so they came into my place, and the dog's like, she's a puppy. She's just like jumping all over, you know, and they're just like, I was like,
Oh.
how can you not like this dog?
It's crazy. I brought my puppy. Do you know Brent Weinbach?
Sure.
I brought my puppy to a show, and I was holding the puppy, and I saw his face. He just like went like this, like frowned at it, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" He goes, "I go, you don't think this is the cutest dog ever?" He goes, "No, I don't like puppies." How the hell?
Hilarious guy, by the way.
Oh, he's hilarious, but
One
I'm
of the
not gonna lie.
funniest guys
That's
ever.
really.
I used to think he was cute. Kind of want to sex with him. Not anymore. Turn me off.
He is cute.
Turn me off.
Don't you think him being that against puppies is actually?
It's
That's
crazy.
what I'm saying. It's funny. Yeah.
It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts.
I don't like puppies.
I don't know if
He
that's
just
what I was
nothing.
saying,
He just
but
a
I'm
golden
glad it
retriever
was
puppy
said.
is the cutest puppy in the
that's
world.
insane.
That's how you tell. It's you judge. I think.
That's hilarious.
We have talked a lot about dogs. I don't know. What is there a theme on this podcast? Was I supposed to come on with?
No, it's just a ramble.
We're just going deep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just going deep. Are we going deep?
Is there anything else you want to? Did you have anything you wanted to talk about?
No, I don't know. Sometimes there's like a theme and there's like a question that you ask, and I was supposed to look up
Like
something.
stoke, we like to be positive.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was thinking of that on the way here.
People will say that. Like after shows, sometimes people are like, I really appreciate that you guys are always so positive on the podcast. I don't feel like a particularly positive person.
I think you guys are.
But I appreciate. I think he's very positive. But I appreciate hearing it. It's nice.
No, but I was
Yeah.
thinking on the way here, I was like, what makes me really happy? And or like what stokes me? And I would say this is so stupid, but like when I find a good parking spot, I'm pretty fucking stoked.
Wow.
It
Yeah.
changes my whole fucking night.
It's a little.
Yeah,
It's the
especially
little
on the
things.
venues. Like if you're going to the if you're going into Hollywood and you got to park somewhere, I mean that could be a 30-minute ordeal.
It can, and then you can be in a spot where you're in a bad spot, and there's like a lot of homeless people around there, and it's a whole thing. You get one nice spot.
You don't like homeless people.
No, I'm only bringing this up because the other day in Hollywood, I was at the mama shelter, and then the second the sun went down, I went out with my friend to get our cars, and we were like, and there's 3 guys in the middle of the road with these crazy dogs, and they're like, "Where are you going? Where's your car?" And I was like, "Get in my car, get in my car." So I had to drive. I got in her car, and she had to drive me to my car.
That's
and then
out
we
of
saw
like a
other
horror
No,
movie.
it actually was.
Yeah.
It went from like sun up to like a different fucking place. And my friend
Purge.
And my friend got chased with a hatchet in that same area, right off Selma. Selma gets scary at night.
These are just things that are happening now. People are getting chased with hatchets.
This was actually pre-pandemic, the hatchet chasing.
Wow.
But
Wait, she got chased with a hatchet?
another girl, got chased with a hatchet down Selma, and no one helped her. She was screaming at the top of her lungs. Oh yeah.
And there was people who just watched?
2 people. She said there's a couple that walked by. She finally got to a taco stand, and they finally helped her.
What's that phenomenon, like the Kitty Genovese phenomenon, where all these people were watching someone get murdered and no one called the cops because they figured somebody else would?
was? Yeah, that's scary. I'm always scared that's going to happen.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing that
If I hear
have.
screaming or something, I called the cops like maybe 2 months ago. There's a man in the middle of the 105, like standing with a bucket and like jeans. I was like, this guy's not well. So I called the cop. Like, there's a homeless man in the middle of the intersection, in the middle of the highway. And the cop's like, ripped jeans, dirty shirt. And I was like, yeah. And like, yeah, we got the call. I was like, you're welcome. Why are you annoyed that people are trying to save this man's life?
Yeah.
Sure.
Like, what the heck is this?
Yeah, they should be like kind of...
Thank you.
Or they should also be like, that's so nice that you also called. People
yes,
care.
people care that they don't want this guy to fucking die. Like, yeah, I'm not saying anything to homeless people, but this was, was scary.
Do you have a good like a danger instinct?
Oh, yeah.
I can
Oh
feel
my
that.
God.
Yeah.
My peripheral, I see all.
You're
I
hypervigilant.
see everything. I'm so hypervigilant. Do you know the West Edmonton Mall?
Yeah.
Biggest mall in Canada. Biggest mall in maybe North America.
Is it bigger than Mall of America?
Is it? Oh, shit. I
You
didn't
know that as a fact, Aaron?
Yeah, I've researched this, yeah.
Oh,
Good.
Big mall head.
Good.
Years ago, when I was like 14, we saw my friend's purse got stolen, and I remember seeing a weird guy.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, I know exactly what it looked like. So we went to the like mall security, and I explained to him to a T that they found the guy. The guy was like, what does he look like? And I was like, blue eyes, 2 different kinds of shoelaces, Nikes. He had a shirt tucked in a little bit. He had like his buttons were off. Like I had every detail, and the guy was like, what the fuck? Like it was crazy.
What'd the guy
like,
do?
He stole my friend's purse. Oh. And then we found the purse. He did empty all the stuff out, but we did find the purse.
Have you ever been in any kind of have you been like in a, what's it called? Mugged? Have you ever been in like a situation like that?
Not mugged, but I've been close to. I'm not getting into it, but I was almost raped, and it was like very dangerous, and I got out of it. I got out of it, but not like by being like hyper vigilant. But I've been in situations where there's been like big brawls and fights, and I've no mugging.
Do you carry weapons with you?
A mace. I keep like pepper spray.
I have some in my car.
Have you used a mace?
No, never yet. But I'm ready.
Right.
You know, I got stuck in an alley in downtown like 3 weeks ago. So, have
In
you
your
been
car?
to down? No. Okay. So have you been in downtown recently?
Yeah.
It feels like you're in the Matrix. You know, in the Matrix when they're in like the subway.
It's bad.
So it feels like that down there. Beautiful. And and then so I go to this parking garage, and like it looks like abandoned. But I'm doing a show like a block away. So I go in this parking garage. It looks abandoned, but I'm like, this is the only place I can park. So I go up there. There's someone working there. I'm like, what's going on here? And then, so I park, I go to the elevator, the elevator's closed. So I go to the stairwell, the first floor is blocked off. And so, I forget, I took like another stairwell, and basically I just got funneled into this alley, and it was fenced off. And there's like human shit everywhere. And I just start running for the other side. I'm like, I hope there's a door. I hope there's a door because I'm stuck in an alley in downtown.
God.
So now I keep mace in my car because I don't want to be in a situation where I'm just like,
No,
who
it's
knows?
terrifying. I was chased coming out of Pershing Square. I used to run a show at the Escondido. Have you ever been there? It's like it's like right off Skid Row. And I got up Pershing Square, and this guy's like, give me your money. And I was like, what? And I turned around, and he like had a really big limp. And I was like, I can outrun this guy. He ran after me 3 blocks. And I fucking sprinted into the bar, and he followed me into the bar. And then I like was screaming when I got into the bar, and then security guard got him out. It was terrifying.
Jesus.
Fucking scary as hell. Oh yeah. Every time I go I do not take the red line subway. When I first moved to here, I went down there, and this guy started screaming at me, trying to get my cell phone, and I like ran, got an Uber. Another time I got so scared, this couple was like, come here. And I'm like, he's like, come here, man. And he's like, I can tell you're scared. Just sit with us. And I was like, okay. Like, and I saw a guy punch a woman in the face at the Hollywood stop. Hollywood and Western.
Are there any parts of town that you don't go to now?
Yeah, the downtown.
Downtown.
I avoid downtown at all costs. It freaks me out. But I live in East Hollywood, so it's not the best.
It's nice though.
It's better than downtown. Skid Row is fucked up. Skid Row is scary.
When you're from Canada, when you were there, were people like America's like a sketchier, more dangerous place, or does it
Yes,
feel
they were
like
right.
They were?
Yes, and they were very right.
What surprised you about America when you got
How dirty it is.
here? Thank you.
Like the streets in general, like Canada. Have you been to Canada?
No, I've heard good things.
Like,
I've been to Whistler.
well, Whistler's squeaky clean.
Yeah.
Like that's the most streets. There's no garbage on the
Sounds
streets.
fair.
There's no gum stuck everywhere. Like there's like, I'm not saying of homeless people. And it's not perfect up there, but I've never felt scared the way I do down here ever in Canada.
How long have you been in LA?
8 years now.
8 years.
And you came straight from
Yeah,
Canada?
right from Toronto to here. Yeah, and I was like a city girl. Like I lived close to downtown. I took the subway all the time by myself. Never scared on the subway there once. And then I got here and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Do you think in a lot of these situations too, it sounds like bystanders aren't doing much.
That's the thing. Yeah.
In Canada, people will intercede.
Yes, and also our subways are manned by people. Like I know they are in New York. There's no people at these subways. It's a free for all. You can go down
Yeah.
there. You just pay. You can jump the fucking thing. It's like anyone's roaming around down there.
Yeah.
You have to pay a person in Toronto to get on the subway. So every top is you can't just roam in and loiter around down there.
Do you want to stay in LA, or do you have plans to move?
I don't. I think I have to stay in LA now.
Right.
But I'm like I would not want to live in here. Like I'd live in like Denver. Like Denver's super nice, or Austin's cool.
Miami?
I will never go back to Miami for the remainder of my life.
Why?
I did not like Florida.
It's a great
Really?
place.
It's great. Are you from Florida?
My parents got married there. Both of them live there. I go a lot.
You like it.
I love it.
But there's ass men down there.
Buzz.
Yeah, the ass.
Great.
man. He's actually
Great ass men.
He lives in
A
Germany.
lot of guys
so.
who really appreciate butts down there.
Yeah.
It's true.
Everyone's got a big butt down there.
They got some grande culos.
Yeah, big butts, big boobs, a lot of stuff.
A lot of work being done.
A lot of work.
A lot of transactional sex. Not like at the level of like my job is that I am a sex worker, but like, hey, I'm with this person for this reason. This person's with me. But everyone's very obvious about it, and I like
Okay.
that. I like the transparency.
Okay, I don't hate that. I just
What you see is what you get in
Yeah.
Miami, and and it's fake, but you're seeing it
Yeah.
real.
I also don't like the hot sea. I like how we have cold water.
You don't
out
like
here.
warm
Really?
water?
I don't. I like cooling off. There's
Interesting.
no cooling off in that sea.
I've had that before in Florida, where you're burning up, and then you get into the water, you're like, I'm still hot.
Yeah, you're so hot.
But on balance, I think it's a pro.
Maybe if it's like cooler in the air or something. I like going in the sea down here. Like refreshes you. It's like, do you guys surf? You guys are sea people.
He
Yeah.
surfs.
You're
I
all the way down
watch.
there.
I watch
Yeah.
him
You watch?
surf. I love to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love to watch.
He has binoculars and everything.
Yeah, I was like, this sounds
No,
so
yeah.
creepy.
yeah.
Just vaping on the beach, watching you smoke.
Yeah.
He
Just
has a
happy.
picnic. He's eating a sandwich. And all
He
the
asks me
vapes
for
in
my
it.
vape sometimes when he's in the water. I just gotta huck that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Throw the long ball like
PB&J.
Chef George.
Yeah. yeah. Oh,
What's
the
your
vape. Yeah. that's
What's
it.
your opinion on Matthew McConaughey?
What do you mean? Do I need an opinion on this man?
No.
He's fine. I don't know. Why is he a big beach guy? Is he surfing or something?
No.
Is he in the news?
He
Is
used
he
to
the one
surf.
selling the guns to Ukraine? What's going
He
on?
used to surf.
Oh, he used to surf. Okay.
Yeah.
Surfing's hard. A lot of
It's
upper body
hard.
strength.
Have you tried?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough.
Very hard.
Different muscles. You know, we went wakeboarding.
Dude,
On
this
Saturday.
was gonna be my legend. You were gonna be my legend for this.
Oh, yeah. Well, not to get into it, but I was sore. I was sore for 2 days
You
after.
took a beating out there, dude.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, this guy loves.
Oh,
One of my
fu-
favorite traits about him, he loves to get flipped around.
Oh, yeah.
Like are you spinning on the wakeboard?
Any kind of flipping around. Roller coasters, tubing,
okay.
wakeboard.
Tubing, I like.
If I could get a big strong man to come in here and just give him a chuck,
Oh.
like he'd be
You
like,
like
chuck
that?
me again. And
Oh,
he
yeah.
would get chucked. He would quit after the strong man. The strong man would say, I'm done chucking you.
And he'd be like, "Keep
and
chucking."
he'd be like, give me some more chucks.
Have you ever gone on a barrel and rolled down a hill?
No, I want to do
he's
that.
like that.
I would
Or
really like
tiger.
that. You know,
I'd love
you
to
know what I'd
watch
be
him
great
do that.
as? If I were in like WWE, but I was like, my persona was like, I have no wrestling skills. I just like to get tossed.
Shane McMahon, he took the biggest bumps.
Really?
You could be Shane McMahon.
Dude,
Yeah,
yeah.
toss
And that was cool
Just
because he was the
laughing the whole
owner's
time?
son, so he like volunteered to be like a
Oh, really?
crash test dummy.
Dude.
Yeah,
that'd
what if
be-
you like a stunt guy?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I'll do my legend now too. We rent a boat. We're on the lake. Lake
Yeah.
boating, the greatest
What lake
experience
is
in the
this?
world. Winnebago.
Oh.
Wisconsin.
Good lake.
Oh, Wisconsin.
It was so fun, and we had our
was-
guy
it was a
Jake with us. He's a great
blast.
guy. He was playing music. We're out there. He's riding the wakeboard backwards, like it's got the fins on the right. He pops up first try, Shred City.
Shred City. You riding the wake, going in and out.
Oh yeah.
He was doing He was
Okay,
doing
was
all
it a
that.
professional wakeboarding boat?
Yeah, it was designed
it was
for
good.
it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
We're going a hot 30 at least.
Well, I had you up to,
Okay.
dude. I would pump you. We were almost at 40 a couple times.
Dude.
I'd look
Okay.
at the speedometer and I'd be like, we're going.
Next time we're gonna do single ski and I'm wearing a speedo.
Oh wow, there you go.
Yeah, what do you think about the single ski?
I single ski.
You do?
You do?
I do, yeah.
Really?
But I had to get up on 2 and drop 1.
That's the classic way to do
I'm a lake
it, though.
girl. I grew up in a lake. My parents have a
really?
cottage. My parents have a cottage.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's the best.
I can't wakeboard though. I tried, couldn't do it. I love single skiing, but now I'm so old that I literally do it just to prove that I can do it every year. But
That's
do
important.
one loop and I'm like, go home, because my lower back is like seizing and I'm like, like I'm white knuckling. Like I can't. Whenever I bring a guy up to the cottage, I'm like, hey Dad, take me in one loop and show off that I can ski and then bring me back. But I'm like, I can't walk after.
But that's a big thing, just proving
I'm
it.
going side to side. I'm cutting. I'm not cutting rug. I'm not like going down low. Like we have some very good skiers on our like a lot of barefoot skiers, which is fucking crazy.
We were dying laughing about barefooting, where the way you get up is you're on your back, and then you gotta like barrel to your feet, and then you're just riding on your feet.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's fucking nuts.
That was gonna be my baby of the week. Actually, was barefoot skiing. I think it's one of the coolest things people do.
It is wild.
Because you're just in the water.
And some people do like crazy like flips and they're spinning in 1 foot, 2 foot.
Joe Black, friend of mine, he used to barefoot from Dana Point to Catalina. There was a race.
Yeah, I heard about
They were
it.
barefoot across the ocean.
Oh God! See that I was going to ask when you were saying you were wakeboarding. I'm like,
think
if
he
I
did
fell
that.
off or if I fell down skiing, I went actually skiing in Dubai. Me and Hamid Weinberg.
Oh, you did?
Yes, we went, and I was like, oh, I'll drop a ski. No way! It was the boats from the fucking like the cruise ships, and I'm out there with 2 skis. I'm like, I can't do one. I'm
Were
gonna
there cruise
die.
ships around? You were in the ocean?
We were in like the ocean. And I was like, but I also was like, I don't want to go too far.
Sorry.
That seems far.
Yeah, I don't think
I
they
was
do
like,
that.
I'm like, Catalina seems like, is it like a
He used
4-hour
to do
ferry?
it. Joe Black used to do
Joe
it.
Black has no feet. He just has bones now. There's
Going
no
over-
skin.
Going over swell.
Yeah, there's like whales out there
Yeah.
too. You
And
can
there's
hit
sharks. Yeah, but that's why the ocean
You
would
can hit a
scare me.
humpback.
He's just riding the humpback.
Speaking of, have you guys heard about this Titanic like tourist thing?
Yeah.
It's stuck.
They're done.
It's stuck?
Well, it's lost.
They're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way.
But
Go ahead.
you.
I was thinking I think that's one of the most horrific deaths of all time.
Brutal.
It's bad.
Because you know you're dead.
You suffocate.
But also, getting in that thing to begin with, it's a fucking tube.
Yeah.
You couldn't pay me to get in that on land.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
It's like it's an elevator.
And it's the classic tour guide thing where like you ask them the question where you're like, hey, this is safe, right? They're like, I've done it 1,000 times. And you're
Yeah.
just this unlucky fuck who's on the 1,001. But you know what? Someone made a post about like men will go all the way to the bottom of like the Titanic in a submarine rather than go to therapy. And that bothered me. I don't like that whole instead of going to therapy bit.
Also, how the hell do they know these guys went to therapy?
These guys, they're saying they didn't go to therapy, and this is like proof of that. I'm like, guys go to therapy and then also do that. Like, you go to therapy for talking. You go do that so you feel like you don't need as much therapy.
Yeah, I don't think therapists will be like, don't go look at the Titanic. They'll be like, follow your dreams.
They'd say
You
that's
wanna see
great
the
for you.
Titanic.
Yeah, good therapists will tell you to go do that, and that the danger is just part of it.
I didn't realize how close the Titanic was to Canada.
I think
Right off Newfoundland. I didn't realize it was
Same
that
here.
close. I
Yeah.
thought it was way out there more.
Like in the middle.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm also I watched because TikTok's going crazy on this stuff right now, and I like went to bed in a weird headspace last night watching all this stuff, just thinking of the people in the sea dead. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's
All the
sad.
bodies in there?
Well, no, like I mean, like the people right now trapped in that tube because there's only 96 hours of
Of air.
oxygen. So that's an even worse death where you're just like all of a sudden you're not
Yeah, can
breathing.
you, that's the
Like,
thing
what-
is
that's
you're
fucked.
suffocating with everyone.
Yes.
Why do we cover our dead when they die publicly?
Well, they're not covering this. Oh, you mean cover this? Oh.
Like, why do we physically cover them? Like, don't look, don't see it.
Isn't it to like honor them? Like not honor them, but it's because you don't want people to see them in that state.
I think it's more for us. I think we're
Right.
afraid to see it.
Right.
And I think we'd almost be honoring them more to leave them there for a little bit.
Right.
Well, not if they die horrendously. Like, who knows what's going to happen? Like, what do you look like after you've,
Yeah.
like,
Had a stroke or something.
yeah, or like they ran out of air. I don't know.
Well, that's what they do in India. It's like people are kind of dead on the road, but death is much more normalized there.
I think
Yeah.
that's
It's like a part of everyday life.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard about Frog Baby?
No.
Frog Baby was this baby that was born in Indonesia, I believe, and it looked like a frog, and it died, but they worshipped it, so they carried it all around town in this little tub, and it was dead.
Wow.
But it was really like.
It's a human baby that looked like a frog.
Yeah.
I saw the Pope when the Pope died, and they put him behind the glass. And they have this thing. I forget what they call it, but they're like he's eternal. And so they basically say that these people are so pure that their bodies don't rot. I would contend he looked like he'd been dead a couple months.
Yeah.
But I saw him.
Yeah.
And then.
Oh, you saw him in real life?
Yeah, they had his body there, and me and my brother were like, "No, he looks like he's rotting."
Yeah.
But you kind of played into it a little bit. You're like, "No, he looks great."
In Nepal, I lied.
Whoa.
It is.
That's a human baby.
I mean, well,
Ish. Ish, who am I to say?
No, the problem is too that he looks like a comic in Toronto, so I always send it to my friends. So I found it really quickly. So it was
Who are the big Canadian heroes?
heroes.
Like if we got
John Candy, Mike Myers, Jim Carrey, Martin Short, Andrea Martin, Catherine O'Hara.
It's all the comedians.
Alanis Morissette.
Oh, she's from Canada.
She's
I
Canadian.
forgot the big one.
Justin Bieber, Drake.
Chad.
I'm a big
Kroger.
Bieber fan.
Chad Kroger. You know Chad Kroger. I always forget about them.
Yeah.
Nickelback.
He's my dad.
Neil Young. Tragically Hip.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, The Weeknd is Canadian. I
Oh,
forgot
let's talk about
that.
the Idol.
Yeah.
I'm kind of digging it. It's bad, but I like laughing at it, and it's fun.
I need to get back into it. Have you watched it?
No.
I'd rather watch a train wreck like that than some boring ass show about people who don't do nothing that's on like every other thing.
You know who's loving it?
Who?
Kevin.
Kevin loves it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because it's out there. It's bold. And it's ridiculous. But some of it's actually genuinely good. The problem is The Weeknd doesn't have like any Svengali charisma. Like all that sexual energy in his music does not come through on screen.
Right.
He kind of has like a sheepish voice and he doesn't feel like, it's not like Jack Nicholson or someone who's got like that kind of weird devil sex thing going on.
Yeah.
But I like the show. I
Yeah.
like it. I laugh hysterically watching it. It was really fun.
Well, here's my thing: is I was watching it with my girlfriend, but she was getting insecure because of Lily Rose Depp. But I was like, she's like, are you getting turned on by this?
Oh,
But I was
how
like-
old is she? Is she young or something?
25.
Oh.
But I was like, you look like Lily Rose Depp.
They look alike. That's what I thought was interesting about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So shouldn't she like that then? If you think
That's
she
what I was
attractive?
thinking.
Yeah, because if it was someone who looked like radically different than her,
Yeah.
like if you were going nutty for
If it was Tia Carrera.
perfect.
Do your girlfriends get jealous when you guys are on the road? Because I'm sure you guys get hit on a lot on the road.
That's
But you're
sweet.
very open about having girlfriends, correct?
Yeah.
You talk with them a lot.
A lot of our materials about our partners too.
Yeah, which is nice.
Yeah, that's why I don't get hit on as much as I'd like to though. Yeah.
That's why. Yeah.
I think I used
A
to.
lot of dudes at
Yeah,
the shows
yeah.
too.
Is
Yeah,
it?
it's a lot of
the
dudes.
dudes
yeah.
Okay,
roll
okay.
deep, and
Which
they,
actually, go ahead.
they have very pretty girlfriends, but they're together.
Yeah.
Which is actually a good topic for the podcast. Tell dudes how to get laid.
How dudes
My
make it
voice
laid?
just cracked.
Yeah, you're hitting puberty right now.
Yeah, I'm hitting puberty. I'm 23.
Yeah.
She was at first. She was like kind of, but then I was like, I just fucking drink Diet Coke.
Yeah, you guys seem like, I think a majority of comedians cheat on the road. And I'm saying
Yeah.
this from a place where I know most comedians cheat on the road.
I can sincerely say we do not, and that
No, and also because you guys, again, talk about it, and because you travel together and stuff, I think it's...
that's a big part of it too. Is that like he's such a good dude. Like I would not want to. And look, the main reason is I love my girlfriend. She's also pregnant. I'm not going to cheat on my pregnant girlfriend.
Oh my God,
and
congratulations.
or any girlfriend, but definitely not my pregnant
Yeah, yeah,
girlfriend. And she's not very jealous. She's super. Which also actually, I think I have that contrarian brain where if she was being really jealous and like already treating me like I was cheating, I might have more of an instinct to do it. But she's so trusting. There's no like. It's like, well, she doesn't even care. And then so I'm not going to do it. And then. But he's such a good guy. If I did that I would, as worried as I would be about hurting her, which is the biggest part, I'd also be like, I wouldn't want to act like that in front of Chad.
Yeah.
I would feel like very ashamed.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of comics take their wedding rings off, or they don't really mention their wives when they do their act, and I was like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Or they get bluntly caught making out with other people in parking lots when other comics can see them. I'm not gonna say any names.
Well,
I just heard that.
Dude, I do get it. Like, I hate being like moralizing, but like sometimes when I'll see like a comic or that I'm a fan of, and they talk about how much they love their partner, but then I'll like hear the scuttlebutt through like the grapevine that dude is doing the slam with Poon. That's not his.
I hope they don't say it like that, but yeah.
Sure, but I get a little. I get a little disappointed. I'm like, oh, dude, because you're not only are you cheating on your partner, which isn't cool, but you're also misrepresenting who you are to people at large, and that bugs me as well.
And then you're doing it, and especially if you're a very famous comedian, you're doing it in a way where you're like, other people know this, and they know that you're with somebody, so it's like it's almost more offensive to do it when the person that's doing it with you knows you have a girlfriend and sees you post with them all the time.
Yeah.
On Instagram and stuff.
Well, from that's interesting too. Like, Yeah, because if I do get hit on, I'm like, I have a partner. So like, what is going on psychologically? Is that just like a competitive thing?
I think it's just like a fame thing. I think when people are famous, people just kind of go crazy for that.
Oh, that's nice. They think I'm famous?
Well, after you do a show, and also
That's
women.
sick.
Okay, I take that back. Women, when they see
Jake,
men
leave that
kill
in.
on stage, they get really turned on. It's a big turn on for women.
Right.
I think more to see a guy who's funny,
out
like
there.
it's a turn on.
Right. Do you think
He doesn't even know if he gets hit on. It's really funny. Like girls like him, and afterwards I'll be like, that girl was hitting on you, and he doesn't flirt back, but he'll just be like, who? When?
Yeah.
I got in trouble one time.
No,
She's like you.
I knew
This
that
girl-
girl was hitting on you.
Yeah, well, it's someone from college. I'm like, oh,
You're
what's
like, oh,
up?
I knew her. Yeah.
And then she was like, you want to go like to the bar? I'm like, oh yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
And then she's like, she was hitting on you. I'm like, I don't fucking.
You're like, I just want to get a drink.
No, but
Yeah.
he genuinely doesn't know. It's not an act. Like he'll seriously be like, who, when? Like totally flabbergasted. It's funny.
That's so funny.
I'm just trying to drink Diet Coke.
That's it. Just trying to do your Diet Coke.
Yeah. Should we get into some cues?
Yeah.
Guys, I'm interrupting this podcast to let you know once again that we are brought to you by, we're on tour. We got lots of dates coming up. Next date, Fort Wayne, Indiana. If you're in the area, come on out. We got 3 shows. It's going to be super fun. Tickets are going fast. So make sure you get your tickets right now for some good old-fashioned, stoke-inducing fun. We also have lots of, we got Irvine coming up. We got freaking Minneapolis. We got New York. Can't announce that yet, but we will be there soon. And just tons of other dates. Get your tickets to chadandjt.com. Also, we are brought to you by our sponsor. This is a new sponsor that I love. I'm super passionate about because it involves my doggy and it involves good food for your dog. It's the farmer's dog, guys. Nutrition is primo for your dog. If you want a happy, healthy dog that lives a long life, that's hanging out, just having fun like this dog right here, make sure you get the farmer's dog because they make vet-recommended, nutritionally balanced, and human-grade food that's made in safe, clean kitchens. Guys, you want to make sure that you're giving your pet the best food that they can get so that they're a happy pup, okay? It's the best option for dogs at all life stages because it's not kibble, it's not canned goo, it's just real food. What up? So you don't want to get that processed food. You want to get that real human grade food with the farmer's dog. I love farmer's dog. My dog loves farmer's dog. She has been looking toned as hell and super happy. Look at her. Yeah, she's just running around. She's like, I love farmer's dog. What up? And I want that for your dogs. So for listeners, you can get 50% off your first box by going to thefarmersdog.com/go deep. Go to thefarmersdog.com/go deep for 50% off your first box. That's thefarmersdog.com/go deep for 50% off your first box. All right, let's get back to the show.
It's hard for me to ask you this, but for the listeners out there, what can the fellas do? Because we do get a lot of listeners who have trouble meeting gals.
Okay.
I'll put it like that. Okay. How can guys get to a place where they're building chemistry with a female?
Building chemistry with the female.
Yeah, and I regret saying female at the end.
Okay, strangers or like someone they've matched with online, or what are we talking here?
All fronts.
Yeah, let's start with strangers at a bar.
Yeah, that's the sexiest
strangers
way
at a
to
bar.
do it. That's hot.
Okay, I think a normal way is to literally, if you see someone you find attractive, don't do that long lurking staring thing for a while where you're like making eyes for like too long. Do a couple glances. If you get the glance back, I think it's okay to go up like, hi, blah, blah, blah. I'd love to buy you a drink. I still think it's a classic, nice timeout already.
Big T, what if you're not getting the eyes? Can you still approach?
I think you can still approach. And I think right away, once you go up and read the body language, you're like, hey, how's it going? And she's like, then get the fuck out of there. But you're like, that's it. But if they're like, hey, how are you? Like if they engage back immediately, I think, at this point, I think shoot your fucking shot.
So the big thing is shoot your shot and then read the room.
Read the room first.
Read body language.
Read body language.
Get a sense of like, okay, am I getting green lights? Or is this a big red?
Yes. If it's a big red, get the hell out of there. And also just being like a normal guy, like asking for a drink, asking to buy a drink, something like that. You're not going in being like, do you want to fuck? Like that's psychotic. Go in normal.
Oh, you shouldn't do that.
No. Go in normal.
I when I was in my 20s, I would try to be really honest with people for a while. And after dates, even if we had chem and we were like smooching a bit and it felt like it was heading that direction, sometimes they'd be like, what do you want to do now? I'd be like, I'd love to go back to your place and have sex. And in my experience,
big T there.
even though people say they want honesty, it works zero. I felt good about myself.
Yeah. No,
for
that's
keeping
too much.
But then if you tell someone, well, let's go back to your place and watch, I was going to say 30 for 30, not 30 for 30.
Our Planet.
Let's go back to your place and watch Our Planet. Then there's a higher likelihood that you'll end up at that thing that I mentioned earlier.
Yeah,
sex.
and I think let them invite you back.
Right. That's a good move.
Let's have them invite. Let's have you get invited back instead of saying let's go back to your place. Let's have them go. Why don't you come back to my place?
Right.
But I think because of online dating.
I knew that, but I'm saying right.
Yeah. I think because of online dating, more people are scared to do this public approach now. And I know friends who've met at bars. I miss the public approach.
What do you think about? Because like a lot of people will be like, you got to be persistent. You know, what do you think about the persistence? Is it just creepy? Always.
I think there's again a limit to persistence. Like especially, okay, I'll use an example as like people DMing me. If some guy DMs me, says something nice, I DM back, and there's a little, and if I just stop communicating and I heart something once and I leave it, and then you keep messaging and there's absolutely no reply, stop it. That's we're not doing persistence. But if there's like
keep saying right
back and forth, and there's like asking really questions, I think if people ask questions back, then that's a sign that they're interested.
Questions back. Yeah,
questions
that's a huge one.
Questions.
They keep the conversation going.
Yes, if I'm talking to somebody on Bumble and I say something and they ask a question, they just reply when we're back, I unmatch them. I'm like, well, we're done here. I'm not doing this.
I think we got a lot of sincere listeners, and I love that. But I think they come in with an open heart, and maybe they're communicating that in a like too effusive a way early on.
Okay. Like they're being too forward? What do you mean?
Like it's date 2 and it's like, hey, I really like you.
No, back that up. That's got to be backed up. I think girls like compliments and they like being, nice things, but don't come in
and get specific with the compliments, right?
I mean, like a complimenting,
notice things.
Compliment their looks, compliment their hair. If they wear a different dress you haven't seen before, something like saying they look pretty.
The way she points at the menu.
Well, that's getting a little too specific. That's
weird, huh?
Yeah, that's odd.
But if you saw that in a rom-com, and the right guy was saying it, there might be some magic there.
I don't know.
I like the way she pointed at French dip.
I like the way you pointed French dips on the menu. Boom, Billy Crystal.
Maybe some girls like that. Sure.
Some.
They're
out
your
there.
Girlfriend. I'm very curious to see how your girlfriend is with you. Yeah, I don't know.
When I was single, I played it very. I was faking it, but I played it very cool.
He's good. He's got cojones too. He'll approach.
I played it very cool. Like I would be like, she'd text me and be like, "Do you want to hang out?" I wait like a day and be like, "Sure."
No, that I think is too much.
It works, but that's the sad part. It works.
It does. Girls like, because if you text too much, like this guy was fucking up my ass, but then you don't text at all. They're like, oh, and now I hear from him 3 days later. So it's like you
always get a response. They're a little frustrated, but it's the push and pull that actually leads to something. And I didn't like it, but that's just what worked.
I also think it depends. Some people like that. I'm too old for games now, so I want to be like, are we doing this?
I don't think that's true because I'll talk to people like I have friends' parents who are splitting up and are dating now. And it's the same story. I hear the same story from like 55-year-olds where I'll hear like a friend's mom be like, yeah, this guy just won't stop bothering me. But this other guy, I don't know. I'm upset at him. I can't like put a finger down. I'm like, I know which one you're going to go for. And it's the guy who's playing fast and loose with it. Mm-hmm. And it still happens.
I think it's also just, it's the person that you think you have the most chemistry with. That's it.
And oftentimes that's the person who's kind of, giving you the bob and weave.
You seem like you know more.
That's it.
I don't. It's tough out there. I will say it's very hard, especially if your fans in this city. I don't know how to help you.
Well, and no one wants to get hit on at bars in LA. Everyone's just there to like post a story and hang out with the people they already know.
I think so.
It's tough out there.
Yeah, I've tried approaching at bars out here.
No,
it's tough. No. But smaller towns, right?
Smaller towns. Also, like smaller town Tinder's way better. Guys actually match with you and immediately say, "Hey, what's up? What's going on?" Like here, it's like I'll have matches and I never hear from any of these people. So I don't know what to tell you.
Flakes.
Flaky.
Flaky flakes.
Flaky flakes.
And then if a guy loves someone, how long should he wait before he drops it?
I don't know. I said I love you in my last relationship first, and I regretted that immediately. I said it three months
Hours?
in.
That's a good amount of time.
I think 3 months in is good.
I think
3 minutes.
3 minutes in, and I think that's good and normal, and I think you all should do that. I think I went 3 months.
But you regretted it still?
Yeah, because he didn't say it back.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's tough.
He waited, he said it 5 days after I did it.
Oh, but he still said it.
He said it, but like, you know, when you say it for the first time, you want to hear it back because then you think that you're a fucking loser for saying it.
It's the worst feeling when you say it and then they're like, and you're like, oh.
That's literally what
but
it was.
they might have walls up too.
The walls are tricky.
And I was at the Improv too, and I had to go on stage after.
Oh, so it was at the Improv?
Oh yeah, I was at the Improv. I was sitting at the bar, and I was like, it was just a moment where I heard him like saying nice things to me to another like comic, and then we started talking again. We were like just like literally eating.
Was
nachos.
he a comic?
No, thank God.
Yeah. What's your policy on that?
I like dating comics. I think there's very hard because you have to be the same level. Because if one person gets jealous of the other person, that's very, very competitive. But I think it works because you know each other's schedules. You understand where I don't know. And I like funny guys. So, and I think comics can date me because it's easier for them to find me funny, not a raging psychopath.
Another frequent refrain. What if a guy's heartbroken over a gal? Let it go or try to win her back?
I mean, that's kind of circumstantial, isn't it? I don't know. I mean, if it ended badly,
get her back.
Yeah, get her back. If she kicked you out of the house and said never come back again, go back. No, I feel like you can kind of read the room when it's over. It's over. You might still be hung up, but if she's moved on and already fucking 5 other guys, it's done.
I think
5.
Yeah,
staying busy on these streets.
Just put a number out there.
I have a line that I think would work to get her back. I want to eat butt and suck toes. Just that.
It might work.
You got one option.
You got one
option.
The other option is you don't get me.
Option B, don't respond.
Yeah.
Stay away from me forever. This is it. I think that's romantic.
It is. It's very cute.
All right, should we do beefs, babes, and legends?
Yeah.
All right, do you know this part of the podcast?
No.
We could do a beef of the week. It's something it's okay. Something we're upset at. Babe of the week, something we're stoked on. Legend of the week, same deal. Something we're stoked on.
Okay. A lot of stoke.
We can kick it off first. So
you go first and
get
I'll
the grip on it. Chad, who's your beef of the week?
My beef of the week, I have something here, but I'm kind of like, I don't even know. My beef of the week, fuck. Now I want to change because what I had, I don't like it.
Okay.
Is that your beef? Not liking your beef?
Yeah. My beef is that I'm running out of beefs.
You were never a beefy guy.
Never a beefy guy.
Should we do away with the beef?
No, because it's often the juiciest stuff.
That is where the passion. You have really good beefs because you don't get mad a lot, so it's nice to hear it.
Yeah, that's it. My beef of the week. You know what? I'm gonna just be honest. My beef of the week is the vape. I'm back on the vape. It's not your fault. It's
I'm an enabler.
No, it's not. It's my girlfriend and I. We do this thing where we like crave it. So I was on it before last weekend.
Oh, okay, cool.
We crave it, and then we're like, let's get one, and then throw it away tomorrow morning. But then we never do that.
Yeah.
And so now I've been on it for like 2 weeks, and this thing, it's just the fucking devil's dick that I just can't let go of, you know? Because I'll get away from it for like, dude, I had like 7 or 8 months last year cruising, and then just, you know, the barbs get right back in. You know what? Because I'm not really doing that much because I don't know. Because I like, whenever I drink, it's just like too much. So I'm like, oh, that my vice will be vaping here and there. But then it gets too much and I can't sleep. And so that's what's going on. Back on the vape. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's still on the vape.
Oh, yeah, I just hit it. I do that all the time. My friends will be talking about their addiction struggles, and whatever they're talking about being addicted to, I'll do. We've had so many people on the podcast who are like, that's when I gave up booze for the last time. I know I'm going to do it real quick.
Can of Miller Lite.
That's like Rogan. I remember Rogan was talking like Russell Brand or something about addiction. He's like, I don't really understand alcoholism. Like, have some weed.
yeah, exactly. My beef of the week is with people saying dudes will do this instead of therapy.
Yeah.
Like, dude, a lot of that stuff that they're saying dudes will do instead of therapy is as good as therapy. And I love therapy. I've been doing therapy forever. I love talking about my shit. But just as helpful and about the same price is a boat day with your dogs. You know, is a fantasy football trip somewhere with the homies. Is, racquetball, tossing axes, climbing a mountain, turning around on the mountain, driving, something fast. Just going fast.
Okay.
I'm a big proponent of going fast. I think it does. And being in a situation where you could get hurt. Like, that does. A lot of stuff you talk about in therapy is what you're afraid of. A good way to get past fear is to put yourself in situations where you're a little afraid. And I don't like people picking on that because I think it really is helpful. And it really bugs me.
When you're fast, you're in flow.
Okay.
Yeah, you are.
I know. You are.
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm peaceful.
Yeah.
I feel at peace. And I love therapy. I'm not saying don't, work out the traumas and don't talk about the things you're afraid to talk about, but there's a time for talking and there's a time for moving, and you got to move too. All things in balance, bro.
My beef? I've been on this crazy diet. Well, not crazy, but like a regimented diet for 7 weeks, and it's an 8-week program. My beef is when you get on a diet, you gotta stay on it forever. That's it. At this age, I'm 38. If I go off it for a week, that's it. It's all coming back on. So it's like my beef is you gotta be happy with your body, because you're never gonna be. It's hard. It's very hard to do that. But I'm like, it's just annoying because I went off. I've been drinking a little bit. I'm not supposed to be on this diet, and I haven't lost the amount I'm supposed to lose. And I'm like, that's it.
But you have lost.
I've tightened. I haven't lost weight. I've lost like maybe 3 pounds or 4, but I've tightened definitely my body a little bit. But I'm like, the amount I have to go through to get to where I am, like I'm working out nonstop. I'm eating so fucking clean. I'm counting every little macro I fucking put in my body. But I'm like, I know the second it's summer hits and it's beer time and I'm at the fucking cottage, I'm like, it's all coming back on. So I'm like, I'm just mentally already like, well, I gotta be on the diet for the rest of my life, or I'm never gonna be the size I want to be, which is just, it's frustrating.
I struggle with that too. I wonder, sometimes I think I'm at my happiest when I accept that it's just always gonna be frustrating. Like that's just it.
I guess
can I make the frustration fun? But it's often not fun. Is it ever fun?
No, it's not fun. It's also like being a gal in Hollywood. I'm constantly like, I'm too big. I'm like seeing all these other fucking women. Like I literally had to unfollow a lot of like my hot friends.
I got that with dudes.
I can't.
It's not as hard for us dudes, and people don't comment on it at even close to the scale that y'all get. It's crazy. But I got to unfollow some hottie dudes too.
It's nothing against them. I'm just so self-conscious.
No,
I can't look at this, and I'm like, God bless. I love. It must be nice to have that body. I don't know.
But they're probably, are they suffering too?
I think everyone is. That's the thing. I think even like really thin hot people are still like working even harder than we are, and like because they have to like work out nonstop.
Do you audition? Do you do like self tapes? Whenever I look at a self tape, I'm like, that's why I'm hardest on myself, because I'm like, I look like I need to fucking. You know what I mean?
Well, also my self tapes are like gargoyle woman next door, so it's like I'm like I feel like shit. It's literally like my agent. I had to drop my commercial agent because the last audition was for obese woman, and I was like, I can't do this. I can't fucking do this anymore. And he's like, do you want to work or not? I'm like, if I'm obese, I don't want to work then.
Yeah, and that's not
Sorry,
good.
if that's not good for my
and you're not
state.
that, and it's not good to put that in your
Hollywood.
head.
I am. This is
and then you're reinforcing like that's a tough part with this whole thing is like they'll be like, hey, we'll give you a lot if you do this, but you doing this will destroy how you think of yourself and also make it. Other people will say you are that thing too. It's very tough juggle.
But that's my beef.
That's a good beef.
Gotta diet forever.
That's a good beef.
That's it.
That's a good beef. Do you think getting work done though can make people happier?
Like yeah, I get Botox done and it makes me much happier.
Yeah, I think there's like a thing where people are like, oh, if you do that, like that means you have like negative self-belief. I'm like, you're also taking action though.
No,
and taking action always feels better.
Oh, I want to do lipo so bad. I looked it up for a very long time the other day. But apparently, people are frowning upon that.
I might get hair transplants.
Who's frowning on
Where?
that?
Why?
Right here.
Oh, in there at the plugs from the back to the front?
Yeah. I think you should do it. I think you look beautiful. You look beautiful now, but go for it. Go crazy. You get one life. Go for it.
Apparently, Turkey's where to go.
Yeah, I saw. He was talking about it, and I was like, it always looked so gross to me. You see those photos. Then I watched a video on it. I was like, oh, looks legit.
No, it actually grows from your head now. They're not just like doing this weird thing where you can see like the lines.
Yeah.
Like they're putting them in and it grows out like a normal hair.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And guys we know, normal guys are doing it.
Oh, so many guys.
And then like every A-lister, you're like, what the hell? How you still got that fucking full
LeBron
head
James.
of hair?
His whole head is that.
Coolest guy.
He did that?
You've never seen his head?
Coolest guy
I don't watch
ever in the NBA.
Yeah, but there's a lot of.
Yeah, he was going back and now he's all the way to the front.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, he's not all the way to the front, but he's closer.
He's strong. Yeah.
Yeah, he's close to the front.
And then I was even thinking about that, like with Michael Jackson, like the most extreme example. Maybe not that bad that he got all that work done.
No, he got scary.
Yeah, but you get one life. What are you gonna do? Keep the same face the whole time?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Mix it up.
Well, his face turned into a mask, so.
He looked bizarre.
Yeah, we all can agree he didn't look good.
But I like the conviction to just go for it.
Sure. Yeah.
Took a lot of balls.
He never hesitated.
Yeah.
He also
everyone in his life was like, don't do it. He's like, I know what makes me happy.
He did a lot of things that made him happy and not a lot of other people happy.
Yeah,
so.
the getting the anesthesia every night and the other stuff.
Yeah,
no.
Is that, what do you
I
do
gotta
next
draw
week?
the line there.
And what do you do next week? I'm getting a 10th chin.
Yeah.
He's like, it's nice, but there's not enough of a butthole in there.
Yeah, he got a real big butthole.
Yeah.
He did?
Big butthole chin?
Yeah.
He did that good.
I mean, maybe he always had. No, I feel like he didn't have that as a kid.
That's like that classic thing about the boat paradox in philosophy. Like, if you replace every piece of wood on a boat, is it still the same boat? Is Michael Jackson still at his core Michael Jackson, or do you become a different person if you get that much done?
He became a different person. Maybe, I don't know. He got weird. Is that a beat?
Yeah, legend. I was gonna make him my legend.
Yeah. God.
Am I being... Yeah, sorry.
No,
Chad,
you're good. You're good.
Chad, who's your babe of the week?
So I've been trying to. I'm starting to put out clips too, and I was watching. I was like, I need to up my fashion game. So my girlfriend took me shopping, and it was great. So it was fun.
Okay.
Nice.
She's my babe because we went shopping, and we just had a blast. And I was like, oh, I'm really stepping it up here. I'm caring more about my look. I think that's cool.
Okay.
I'm getting like cooler shirts. I'm like embracing my 30s. Like I've tried to look like a 15-year-old my whole life, wearing Vans and tees. Right now I'm rocking our merch, but now I'm trying to look like I'm in my 30s, which I'm pretty proud of myself for. Because my dad, when I came out to LA, he's like, you got to go to J. Crew, and I'm like, I'm not a fucking nerd. Beat it. Go back to the hospital and.
God.
No, I love you, Dad. But now I'm embracing it. I think I'm proud of myself.
Okay.
I think I'm growing up.
My babe of the week, look, I've been talking about it a lot. It's the lake.
Oh yeah.
I love a lake.
The lake's good.
Lake Winnebago.
That's it.
Took 40 minutes to drive, just the length of it. Who's your babe?
That's it. I'm gonna say Bill Burr.
Yeah.
Bill did my podcast and last week, and it was very good. He put me in a very good mood. It was very nice of him to do. My podcast is called Staph Infection. It's very disgusting. It's about body stuff, and I can't believe and he's a very nice man.
Did he? Are you nervous talking to him?
I
or
was
have you
for the
overcome
pod.
that?
I'm whenever I see him I see other people get nervous. I don't care, but like for some reason the podcast I got nervous because I was like, I know it's about gross stuff, and I felt bad. I didn't give him enough warning what the podcast is about, so I was like worried that he'd be like, "Why the fuck did I say yes to this?"
Yeah.
And then I had a nightmare the night before that when I got here, he was gonna eat and not be able to do the podcast anymore. We wouldn't want to do it. And as soon as he got here, he was like, "Oh, sorry, do you mind if I eat the sandwich quickly?" And I was like, "My dream's coming true. My nightmare's coming true." And I was like, I kept waking up all night thinking he was gonna bail on me. It was so stupid, but I was a little bit. Normally, no.
But it went well.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, nervous and excited. Your body doesn't know the difference.
Yeah. Yeah, it was nice. He said nice things. That's it.
Chad, who's your legend?
Dude, my legend is we went wakeboarding, but my legend is the tube. There's nothing better than tubing.
He looked really cute out there.
You get whipped around. I got whipped so hard by him that I skidded across the water.
Just one person in the tube? You didn't do a double up tube?
Well, we went with Jake, our son.
Okay.
Yeah, he's our editor.
Okay.
He's editing this podcast right now.
Jake was a beast. He really didn't want to do it, and we gently encouraged him.
Okay.
Just super gently, but we were like, you got to do it.
Because nothing's more fun than being in a tube with like 2 or 3 people and then getting knocked out. That's fun as hell.
We got knocked out. I got knocked off. He stayed on.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, it's so fun. I don't know if there's anything more fun than the tube.
No, honestly, the tube is very fun.
The tube, like
tube's great.
I'm talking about in all of Earth. I think it's the most fun thing you can do.
But you haven't had a bad wipeout where you go so high that when you fall back in the water, your bathing suit goes so far up your ass that it bleeds.
Whoa.
I had that.
Wow.
It went in and water went up my ass because I flew so fucking high that when I came down, my legs were open. My ass bled. I was young too. I was like 12, and I was like, "Dad, why is my bum bleeding?" He's like, "We might have to go to the doctor." I was like, "Oh, God."
Your dad sounds like a cool guy.
Yeah. He was very concerned because it was really bleeding, and I was quite young. And he's like, "This is not good." Yeah. But I still tube after that. I still tubed, and I'm going to tube this summer.
You get to? When are you going to the lake?
I'm going in August for a whole month.
Oh, that's sick.
I know.
Do you do stand up while you're out there?
Yeah, there is one show I'm doing that's like cottage adjacent.
But are you kind of trying to just take a month off?
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be good for the
I'll
the
still be
soul
posting clips
and the mind. Yeah.
But I will still be
decompress from all of it.
That's smart.
My legend of the week, Chat on the Tube.
Dude.
Wow.
It was
that
fun.
good?
It was just really fun.
Okay.
And also, when we're on, this is my other legend, when we're on tour, I think I was staying in my room and just like working out and going to get lunch, which is good. That's good stuff, but it's just maintenance. You got to get out and go explore a little bit.
Okay.
And see what all these places have to offer.
Yeah, I mean, you suggested it, and the day of, I was kind of like, a little bit kind of like, I want to like work out and stuff. But then we did it. Most fun day ever.
Yeah.
It's totally worth
you
it.
need to have
And
those
we
fun
worked
days.
so much together that I'm like, oh, well, we had enough time together, but it's work. It's nice to just do something like fun and be
Just
like,
have fun.
Yeah, not comedy related, but just to remember that you're good friends and there's fun to be had out there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's really huge because you're doing the other stuff and it takes up all your
takes your whole
bandwidth.
life.
Yeah.
And also a human being.
You forget that we need to do this. That's why, it's my legend is very braggy, but I have to say it.
What happened?
My legend this week is I went on a private jet. I opened for Tim Dillon, not my money.
Whoa.
Tim Dillon flew 3 comics on a private jet.
I saw that.
To San Fran and back in one night, and it was fucking crazy.
That's awesome.
It was, I would never be able to afford one of my own. I don't know how I ever can fly again normally.
Wow.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and then you don't have to go through the terminals.
There's nothing. You get there, you get driven to your car, you're up in seconds. There's no bumps. You can barely, it's like quiet. It was insane. It was nuts.
And because what's the shitty part about flying is all the other people.
All the people, all the fucking rigmarole, the going through the security, getting water. I took a full bottle of water in my bag. Oopsies, having a sip of the water. No issues.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've been on like flights that were kind of empty. It's not that taxing on you
It's
when there's
not.
no one else on when you
It's
don't have
the
to
people.
when you don't have to slide by someone to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
You're not shoulder to shoulder with 2 Mondo-sized strangers. It's not too bad.
Yeah, and I will say it changed my whole. I was like, this is the coolest thing I'll ever do, and it was wild.
That's awesome.
That's it.
Do also legends of the week? Can I tack on?
Yeah.
The 2 youngsters who rented us the boat.
Solid kids.
Good kids.
Solid Wisconsin kids.
Yeah.
Solid.
Good kids.
Good. Solid. They think the new running back at Wisconsin's going to be as good as Jonathan Taylor, Melvin Gordon, or Ron Dane. That's a young man. Doesn't know his stuff, but still adorable. Chad, what's your quote of the week?
My quote of the week comes from Mars Attacks. Have you seen Mars Attacks?
No.
You haven't? Oh, you gotta see it. It's about Martians.
Yes, I know the movie is. I've just never seen it. I'm aware of what Mars Attacks. Yeah.
Okay. This is from President Dale, played by Jack Nicholson. I want the people to know that they still have 2 out of 3 branches of the government working for them, and that ain't bad. That's it.
Okay.
My quote of the week is I saw this on someone's Instagram story today. Break often, not like porcelain, but like waves.
Nice.
Do I have to have a quote of the week?
Yes.
Could it be a meme that I got that made me laugh so fucking hard? I know this is so cheesy, but I don't think I've ever laughed harder at a meme in my entire fucking life. Hacker, I have all your passwords. Me, oh my God, thank you. What are they? And it's Kermit with a phone. See? It's funny.
Have you seen the Kermit one where he shows his dick?
I am obsessed with Kermit the Frog and all his memes. They all make me laugh. The one where he gets soaked with water and he like is on the rock. He's like, oh, that's my favorite one. I send that to every reaction. It wasn't a good quote, but that's I didn't know I had to have a quote. So
No, that's good.
And then we got
one more. Okay.
We don't tell people ahead of time because we don't want to give homework.
Okay, well the quote I would have needed the homework.
Right.
Yeah, maybe we should give a heads up on the quote.
Yeah.
I panicked with the quote.
But you just never know. But then I guess we worry if we tell people that they'll like sour on the whole operation. They'll be like, I don't want to do work.
It's not work. It's a quote. It's fine. We got through it.
Yeah.
Chet, so this is our phrase of the week for getting after it.
Okay, there's more.
This is like a short, succinct collection of words that will send people off with a boost.
Okay.
Just any kind of thing you could say, picture party setting, everyone's looking to you to kind of galvanize them. What do you say in that moment?
Kiss on the first date.
Nice.
Oh. Okay.
Dude, let's clear the wake.
Okay. Still really boat heavy for you and lake heavy. You're still really on
That's the theme this week.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done almost 300 of these, so
yeah.
I'm running out of ideas.
Yeah.
I just do random movie quotes where I'm like, I have nothing. I just enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
My phrase of the week for getting after it is
very serious.
yeah, I'm pondering. Keep pondering.
Keep pondering.
Nice.
That's nice.
Thanks.
That's awesome.
That's good.
Steph, what a delight.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having
It was
me.
a pleasure.
Latest we're doing a podcast, so it's good.
Ever?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, yeah.
Look, we're zipping, we're zooming. Come do mine. You guys will do mine next.
Yeah.
You said September, right?
Yep.
All right.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Keep it clear.
Keep it open.
All right, later.
I was like, how does this end? We keep going. Keep it clear. Keep it loose. I'm like, this is.
If you need advice, these guys are really nice. You